Hello everyone, this is Ravi Puli from Washington DC. Happy to invite you all to this panel on the occasion of World Kindness Day. Here we are discussing something really relevant to the present situation, youth empowerment through social entrepreneurship. According to an estimate, 16% of the world is the youngsters between the ages of 16 to 24 years, which means that major population of this world is in vibrant phase to achieve any goal and realize any dream. This is why motivating some part of these youngsters towards empowerment and social entrepreneurship could create miracles to the humanity across the world. As everyone, every time keeps saying that youth are our future, it's our responsibility to see that such future is going to be bright and colorful by providing them required guidance, mentorship, and support, and all the required ecosystem. In today's panel, we are going to discuss why youth empowerment is so important, and social entrepreneurship is the best way to attain it. So let me introduce the true great personalities we have today, two panelists, and also we have Valerie and Mohit joining from US as well. And from India, we have distinguished panelists, Honorable Dr. Vera Prasad Reddy, the famous entrepreneur and very inspiring business man, founder of vaccine manufacturing company called Shanta Biotechs. Mr. Reddy is known for his innovations in the field of biotechnology. Shanta Bio has developed and commercialized India's first rDNA hepatitis B vaccine. And it's even supplying these vaccines to United Nations agencies such as UNICEF and PAHO. Mr. Reddy is conferred with Padma Bhushan Award by Government of India. He can be described as a synonym for social entrepreneurship that has really impacted the humankind. Hats off to you, sir, for really to have you on the panel. And it's a great honor and privilege for me to be moderating this panel. And we have Mr. KV Pradeep, who is an Indian actor. A lot of people think that movies are only for fun, which is not true. Movies do send a lot of inspiring messages. At times changes so many people's lives. Right? So he's an Indian actor turned a powerful motivational speaker, transformed over 2 million students across the globe. That's up to you, Mr. Pradeep, and it's really great to have you on this panel. He's now the chief spokesperson of TALScouts India. So great that you joined this great organization and spreading a great message. And then we have Mohit Tornala and also Valerie. I request Mohit to please introduce yourself, and also Valerie to please say a few words about you to get started this. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Mohit Tornala. I'm a Tal Scout mentor. My son Varun Tornala is a Tal Scout. And I've been in touch with the Touch Life Foundation for quite some time now. And I'm a very part of a family now. And I have a group of Tal Scouts in the Dallas and Texas region. And our mission is to spread kindness.
My name is Valerie. I'm from the Dallas team as well. Mohit and I have been working with the students for a few months now, getting them ready for all their endeavors here. They've been able to, we've been able to watch them grow. So I'm just taking this time to help lead and mentor and guide them in any way that I can.
Thank you. Thank you. So I would like to ask Dr. Reddy to please enlighten us why the youth empowerment is so important and what are the challenges faced in the current environment, such as depression, drugs, and a lot of social media activities such as YouTube, which has unlimited amount of content, and they have so many social challenges. And now the COVID, has created additional challenge to deal with these things. So, Dr. Reddy, we would like to hear from you.
Yes, thank you, Ravi Garu. You asked me a question that what is the role of the youth, what they should do and how they should be guided in this confusing environment. As you correctly said, YouTube is having enormous content, which may be desirable content, undesirable content. Both are there. But we have to remember what is important is not very palatable most of the times. What is not very important, they may be very attractive for the youth. So unfortunately, there is no control over the media, and youth are being distracted into several unnecessary, unwarranted, untimely things. A youth in his time of youthful time, he has to learn. Instead of learning what he is supposed to learn, he is being distracted to several other unnecessary things. The very great challenge to the society. The only way that we can control youth for the proper direction is first it should start at home. Mother and father, they are the first gurus. They should train the brain of the child. What is important in life? What are the values that we should imbibe? Invasion of media into the lives of especially children is very dangerous. We are living in a very dangerous society, what I want to say. There is no control at home when you don't acquaint them with what is dharma, and they have all the access to the adharma of whatever it is. So it is a very precarious moment. What the question you asked, I have no other than this solution. We should take control of the children at home, and also we should insist upon authorities who are running the schools and colleges that they should have this moral class also. Without that, the youth is going to be disastrous. Future is depending only on youth, not on us. Our time is over. The future generation, they have to be thinking right way. They have to take the world on. So unless we teach them, mold them with the right perspective, the society is going to be very dangerous, future society. That is my perspective.
That's a really great remark, Dr. Reddy. And yes, I totally agree with you that it starts from your home. Any change starts from your parents. And I remember all my learnings from my parents, although they never went to school, but they taught what is good and what is bad. My father always discouraged me to do things that are bad for a human being's life. So the parent, not only parents, but again like you also mentioned, that schools, they have to have this teaching which is also very, very important. In addition to these two, I think now Touch a Life Foundation is also trying to launch social programs which will also give them the same message, to make sure that they also have the support in the society. So this is a great program, Scouts program, that we will also hear from Pradeep and Valerie as well, those who are on the ground. And now I would like to ask Mr. Pradeep to share his views on this point.
Yeah, hello India, hello everyone. What a day is this, what an occasion is this to celebrate the kindness. People are celebrating Father's Day, Mother's Day, Children's Day, Youth Day, everything, but the basic essence, the passion of kindness need to be inculcated in the students. I'm just saying that it is neither you are learning nor you are learning that will travel along with you to chase the adamantine walls of difficulties. It is your character, that inbuilt character. What is that character we are talking about? That impeccable value system, what Dr. Reddy was saying, is the basis of this. And then what are we talking about? All of us know that it is we make the society. You, me, and everyone will make the society together. And then the have and the have not. Be it be intelligence, be it be money, be it be wealth. If we are not shared between us, then what is the use? Today, the pandemic has teaches us, you may be a billionaire, you may be a president or a prime minister of a country, but still a small virus has really disturbed you. In this change circumstances, in this growing circumstances, when the parents are busy earning money, when the teachers are busy taking the syllabus, when the kids are being totally engrossed into social media, it is this value system which we wanted to inculcate. Touch a foundation is the bridge between the need and the needy. Touch a Life Foundation is the bridge between the want and the service. Touch a Life Foundation is the bridge between a child today and the bright future tomorrow. That is the reason one initiative of Touch a Life Foundation we have started called TALScouts. TALScouts. In this, we go to schools and then make small clubs, a group of 3, 5, 7, 10 people, and then we teach them how should they raise funds for the welfare activities of the society. How did they raise funds for standing hand in hand with somebody who is in need of it? Apart from that, that all-round development, meaning is that your social responsibility comes out of your social entrepreneurship. Today, we have the great Prasad Reddy on our panel. He is the living example of being social entrepreneur. See, what is social entrepreneurship? It is business, it's profit, it's learning, it's experience, but also serving the society. Serving the society. Meaning is that whatever you do, the impact of that should also reach a part of it to the benefit of the society. So at Touch a Life Foundation, we have TALScouts. Through TALScouts, we are really motivating, mentoring youth, youngsters, school kids to have a bright career, to have a, you can say, certification course of social entrepreneurship, and then to spend more time on their volunteering hours, to understand the mankind and to serve them. So this is a perfect platform on when we are all celebrating a World Kindness Day. TALScouts is standing tall in front of the society to serve the society better. We have just started. We would be definitely, as we are crawling now, we will be walking, we will be running. Sometime tomorrow, TALScouts at every school in the United States and India, we should have. That's our vision. Thank you very much for inviting me to this panel.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Pradeep. Dr. Reddy, I'm coming back to you again. That we would like to know why you are very interested in social change, and in when you developed the vaccine. A lot of companies, of course, they look at making money and making profits for the business, and of course making an impact, which is built into any business, either non-profit or for profit. But we would like to know how you are a youth, when you are a student, when you are a young adult or a kid, and how that all helped you when you are an entrepreneur trying to find a solution for this dreadful disease, and then that too at a very low cost. You always had an opportunity to. I remember talking to you in the past that how this particular vaccine could have been sold for at a very higher price, but then you made it very affordable, and you have won the hearts of the entire world, and you have been awarded with the highest civilian award in India. So we would like to know how all that helped you during your career, and how it made so successful, and what is that you wanted to tell the youth today about that experience.
Yes, sir. To be very candid with you, when I was a student and child, I didn't had all this idealism, honestly. But I was brought up by a communist. He was my maternal uncle. He was doing a lot of service to people. I could see that he was getting excitement, he was getting fulfillment, satiation when he was serving the society. He was not married for the sake of seva. He only brought me up. He has no marriage. He has no children. He donated all his properties to the party, Communist Party, and he was serving the most downtrodden people who have no education, no health. I have noticed that. I was seeing that. So that has not created any interest also in me. I told you, I am very candid about it. I could see that this man is getting so much happiness by serving people. It was in my memory. That's it. After that, when I graduated engineering and I went to government jobs, I could not adjust myself with the what you call wrong approach in the organization. I believe in this. Get we must to give. Get we must to give. Give we must to live. Living without giving is not living. It is only existing. So whatever today I have become engineer not because of my parents paid 1 lakh or 2 lakhs fee. Society has paid more than 10 lakhs to get me a degree. Society is what? People around you. They all contributed by way of taxes. It is our duty to pay back to society. A social entrepreneurism is very essential because a social entrepreneurism, what it is an enterprise, as Pradeep correctly said, it doesn't mean that it is charity. Enterprise is meant for making profits. Profit is not sin, but how you use that profit is the correct way of doing things. Make a profit, reasonable profit, and distribute back to society, give back to society. So the social enterprise is the enterprise which will make a good product useful to society with a social purpose and keep in mind of the lowest in the community who can afford this product or service. Suppose you make a rocket, it may be raising your bar as a scientific community. Suppose you make a life-saving drug, it will save the children, it will save the people, common man. So there are many enterprises possible, but an enterprise, what one should choose is whether it is going to do good to the society and whether it is going to be affordable for a common man who cannot make much money compared to others who are living below poverty line. Whatever you do, your science, your engineering skills, everything should be catering to the needs of the common man because we have more of them in the society than affluent people. The unfortunate thing in India right now is the entire the asset of India, if you divide into percentages, 96% of the Indian assets are with 4% of the population. They are enjoying. 96% of the assets are with 4% of the population. And taxpayers are only 1 crore and odd. 136 crore people are not tax paying. That means their earning levels are very low. This unfair division of wealth, we should change the society. The innovation is the only key for this. We are today depending on everything imported. If you start innovating in the country, if you make self-sufficient or self-reliant in the country, then we don't have to depend on others. The country can progress well. Uniform distribution of wealth also is possible. The innovators are there. Today, some traders are getting benefit because they know innovation. We are only everything imported. Who has money, they will import and distribute, they make profit. If innovations are there in every university and innovative enterprises are coming up, they will become self-sufficient, they will progress economically, they serve the country, they serve to themselves, they can serve the society also. So we should encourage innovation, we should encourage the criteria to make sure that they think of society first, then they think of profit next. So whatever we make, if you distribute back to society, Sangho Rakshati Rakshitaha, if you save society, society will save you back. This is the principle that we should imbibe into the youth. Thank you, sir.
That's really awesome, Mr. Reddy, and I relate, my experience, talking to my friends and doing whatever little bit, I do. And the same discussion comes to us that they keep asking me that, why do you waste your time, helping people? So for him, he looks at what I'm doing is a waste of time, waste of energy and waste of money, right? So I replied back saying the same. Had the society thought that, whatever they were doing to me was also, was waste of anything they're doing today, I'm not here. So I try to explain to him saying that had, all these, people in the society did not cooperate with me, help me, and, choose my path or, walk on my path, today I wouldn't have been here. So now I want to ask, Mohit and Valerie to tell me, because you're very active on the ground here in US. Am I right, Mohit? You are in US.
That is correct. I'm in
You're in
Dallas.
Dallas, Texas, and Valerie as well.
Yes.
So Valerie, is being an American citizen here, and Mohit is an Indian American like me. I would like to hear from both of you to share us, what are the challenges that youth, has in US, and then I would like to, hear from both the, panelists to see, what is that, they suggest, for the issues, we are having in US and as well as in India and also across the world, right? So I would like to just, hear from you, from your experience, what are the challenges that, you see that, that youth is, facing today?
Sure. Valerie, you want to go first?
Sure. So, I mean, being very active in, the community and everything like that, I have noticed a lot of the challenges that kids face today is, like that has been said, is the people that they hang out with. When kids get intertwined with the wrong group, it can take them down the wrong path. And I feel like when they set themselves up with people who have the same mindset as them and have the same goals, and they're going down the same paths, they tend to have a better outcome. But I do believe that a lot of students here in Dallas are very underprivileged. They don't have the resources that a lot of kids do have these days. And that it can take a toll on their mindset, because students who have everything they need to succeed, they're going to be able to do it. And the students who can't afford books and lunch and things like that, that takes a toll on them mentally, and it makes them not want to try as hard, because they think they're already in their minds, they're set for failure already. So I feel like that's a big challenge that a lot of students face, is not enough resources and not being able to find these things and have these things, and not even that, but too afraid to ask for them. A lot of students don't want to seem like they need the help, so they stay quiet. They just sit in the background. They don't speak up. They don't ask for help. And I feel like as our TALScouts, that's what we're here for. We're here to help donate what they need, help their resources. We're getting masks for students who don't have them, and hopefully we're going to start donating books and use laptops and old phones and headphones and things like that, just to help provide them just even the bare necessities, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges that students today face, is not having the proper resources. So.
Great, Valerie. That's a great thing that you brought up. Even when I was growing up, I used to have the same challenge. And it was very difficult in those days, I come from a place where there was no power, there was no road, there was no infrastructure. Even today, we just got the internet connection in our village about a month ago. So I think the whole purpose of this Touch a Life Foundation is to connect the needy, with the need, right? So I guess I'm sure you must be doing it. I think now we have to see that, they can be connected to the nonprofits in the area who can address their needs, right? The challenge that they are facing, is what I see. The immediate thing is Touch a Life is developing an app, and they have a website, and now they have scouts. So I think, we should certainly identify the nonprofits, those who are, serving in that area, to see that, they can get their books and, whatever required, material, so that they could continue, their studies, further. So thank you so much, for bringing that. And Mohit, what are the challenges that you see that, that, youth, are facing?
Yeah, thank you, Ravi. So as a parent, earlier, Dr. Reddy said, it all starts with a mother or a father, educating or giving the right direction to a child. It starts with a mother and father. As a father, I've realized I have 2 teenage boys. So it's very difficult to know what actually they want to become or what their direction is. So if you ask a straight question, you will not get an answer, especially kids in in US. They have so much available or content available. They're all over the place. So at the same time, I said like, okay, the first thing, the other thing, Dr. Reddy said that it's not just my father paid the fee, so I became an engineer. That's not the only thing. It also comes from the society, friends, relatives, that all contributes to your personal growth. So I've realized that I need to do more. I need to do more for my child, as well as the friend circle with my son is with. So we started with thinking how I can contribute, how I can be more a friend to my son rather than to be a father. The biggest challenge I had is to penetrate into the inner circle of my son's friends group. But that was, once I got through it, we were able to, I was able to become one of them. I had to become like like a child. That was also like, I could not be like an uncle or a father or a mentor. I had to become like a one of them and understand their beliefs, their wants, their needs. Once that was the challenge crossed, these children are amazing. Once I started knowing them better, some of them want to become doctors, some of them want to become engineers, marketing. They have such a great ideas and they have such a great passion to become what they want to. So at that exact moment, TALScout program came as a blessing. That program really gave us some guidance, direction, and how we can mold our next generation to guide them to their what they want to become in life. And not only that, like developing them, their leadership skills or their technical skills or communication, all of those things are needed. But at the same time, the social aspect of it is absolutely needed. So when I spoke to them, what is their belief about giving back to the society? They're not sure what it is. All they are required to do is like 100 hours of community service because it is a requirement from school. They do it, they finish it because that's a great requirement. But then what did you learn out of it? My son did some volunteer service in a temple and acquired 100 hours of community service, and then he finished his grade or the requirement. But I said, like, what did you learn out of it? What's the purpose of it? And that's when I realized that our youth is lacking the social aspect of it when they grow up, even when they become rich people, they make billions of dollars, millions, they become entrepreneurs or doctors, and they have to have this social aspect in them at a very, very young age. So what we have been trying to do in Dallas area, we started with a small group of kids. We talk about the importance of social giving back to the society. We did some research during this pandemic situation. We talked about what is that in their school the underprivileged children are facing. How can we help them? How can we help them? Those are the things when we started talking to them, that kind of ignited a spark in their minds that it's not about becoming a engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. It's also about giving back to the society at a very young age. We have been working very on a weekly basis with all the kids. Now our group has grown to about like about like 12 to 15 kids now. We meet every week and we talk about the kindness, spread kindness. We have, they understood the importance of social entrepreneurship, at the same time giving back to the society. They created their own club in their school. They called the club as a Touch a Life Foundation Club. With that club, they themselves, right now, they themselves have stepped up in like what you call fundraising, buying masks, and giving back to the schools and giving back to the children who need. At least they are, now I feel that my children, my group, I am so proud of my group, TALScouts in Dallas region, is that I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is, hey, what do you think about this problem, this social problem? You will get 10 different ideas how we can make it better from the kids. So this is one thing I've learned, that all the parents should have a social responsibility to grow them, to imbibe this as a need. You won't learn from school. You only start from your mother or a father. And that is what I felt like this is important, and it is running great. Every week we have so much fun. The kids have so much fun. They always are more energetic to attend the session and share. Some kids have come up with ideas of podcasting. Some kids have come up with marketing and fundraising. Some kids have shown leadership qualities. These are all the things which I'm seeing that, and I'm enjoying it. As a parent, I'm really enjoying it. I wish I could do it a little earlier, but with our busyness with work and coming back, this pandemic situation has given us a blessing in disguise by staying at home, working home, and with kids at home, spending more time with the kids. I wish and say that more parents can do this, and it will be a great thing for our future generation.
Okay, thank you, Mohit. So what you're saying is the challenges are to understand, what exactly they are going through, right?
Yep.
And it's so difficult to also to at times understand what their challenges are, right? And they can only be actually, tried and discussed in various environments. Like we discussed, yes, students, have a very strong network of their peers, and and it's very hard to get in there. But by teaching them, like Mr. Reddy was saying, that once you start them, teaching them at home, that's where I think they probably would try to go and spread the same message into their friends network, and so that it is not just you alone, right? You have to share your ideology with other friends as well, and also find a way to see that they understand and they get influenced. So it is certainly not an easy task that one can just take up and implement an initiative and teach. But that's where I want to also hear from again Dr. Reddy and also Mr. Pradeep as an actor, how he would also see from his perspective, right, from movies, right? Kids also watch a lot of movies, and
Yes.
we wanted to see how to identify the right movie for them, right? And that way, my son, used to watch a lot of flights, related movies, and how they were crashing and what model and so on. So he's deeply deeply connected to that subject. So similarly, if we can teach them, tell them, what is that they have to watch and how that will really impact. So these are the ways we would like to again hear from both of them to see what they say about this particular issue that they have in the school.
I have one comment, Ravi Garu.
Sir, please.
Of course, I'll be more effective in my mother tongue Telugu. First I will tell in Telugu, then I will come to English. Kindness is nothing but in Telugu we call daya. Am I right? Daya.
Yes.
Daya ఇవ్వవలసిందే కానీ పుచ్చుకోవాల్సింది కాదు. We should work towards a society where there should not be any more people who are looking for kindness. People should be more with kindness, but not looking for kindness. So we should work towards such kind of a society where nobody is really looking for some kind-hearted soul. They should be self-sufficient, self-reliant. They should grow to the full extent We should develop such a society where they are not givers and some people are takers. We should aim at such a kind of society. In this kindness day, I think all of us should take a vow that kindness, that kind of kindness is not necessary for anymore. There are no people to take our kindness because they are fully developed. Such a kind of society we should work for. If I am right or wrong, you have to judge it. But we should look for such a kind of society. See, when some minister has gone to Anadhashram to open it, he said more and more Anadhashrams should come. Is it the right word? Tell me. We need more Anadhashrams.
No.
There should not be any Anathas. Am I right?
That's
So kindness also should not encourage people to look for kindness. They should become kind. They should not look for kindness. Let us work towards that kind of society.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir. Taking a cue from what sir has said, if somebody is hungry, uh, many people give fish curry to them. But TALScouts Touch a Life Foundation believes that they should be equipped with the skill of fishing, meaning that they are not dependent on somebody else. The skill should help them to grow by themselves.
Correct.
Getting and forgetting is what we are doing these days, but we believe that giving and forgiving, give and forgive. In the process, we believe that Touch a Life Foundation's philosophy is that life is, this is like a Tall Scouts is like a dress rehearsal of the life, which no school can teach, no parent can teach. The peer group can teach and they learn by themselves. Learning by themselves is the best art of learning. A student, a bird, nobody teaches them how to fly. They learn by themselves. Similarly, they're learning by themselves. Look at what is needed today. You cannot be just clapping when others are winning. You need to be winner all through. For that, what we need to do, you need to have an all-round development within yourself. There are 5 things which we offer as a bouquet. First thing is that the managerial ability. Being a leader by yourself, if Mohit sir's son is a leader by himself, he will experience the art of managerial practices by organizing a fundraiser, by going to his principal or a school head and then asking them, by coordinating with a meeting by themselves. They start learning by themselves, which no school teaches. So the first offer we offer is that management. The second is that individual development. By learning and attending through a certification course called social entrepreneurship, by attending mentoring classes, by getting coaching guidance from people like all of us, they learn it. Third thing, they know community development. It is not me alone. I need to develop the people around me. And the fourth thing they know is that this is a business. Social entrepreneurship is a business. It is not a charity. It's a business benefit for the society. Meaning is that what is CSR today, corporate social responsibility, part of your earnings need to be given to the society. That is social entrepreneurship. And the last one, for a social cause. When your heart cannot be expanded and then when it cannot be pounded for seeing it somebody else and standing behind them, then you are just a robot. You are not a human being. A robot, that's all. So all these 5 things will make them an all-round development. Effective decision making, effective public speaking, effective communication, leadership in action, team building, and then ultimately expanding the heart of being a good human. So in my opinion today, the degrees are just the degrees. Everybody has got the graduation certificates. But how can you be a cut above the rest? How can your child be a cut above the rest? How can you be a differentiator to the world by just having the internal development? Touch a Life Foundation believes in that, and that is the reason we have started Touch a Life TALScouts. So I request everyone to just go through our website and then understand we are not forcing anyone because change has to be gradual. But certainly, if your child wants to be a perfect human being, if your child wants to be a social leader, if your child wants to be a good person who can develop himself and then or herself and then to help the society, then this is the last we are offering, empowering youth through TALScouts.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. And Valerie, what programs are you actively promoting in the schools or in the society there from on top of Touch a Life Foundation?
Right now, our students they just registered their club in their school. So now we are known in Liberty High. Right now, we are raising funds. We're going to be donating face masks. We found a few schools. We actually found out that Dallas has a lot of underprivileged schools, and the kids have been locating which ones we should go to. And I finally spoke to one of the directors at one of the elementary schools here, and we had a fairly nice talk, and she just let us know that they're struggling and they need help and everything like this. And when I mentioned what we were doing, she was so appreciative and so grateful. And I let her know that once we, reached our fundraising goal, we were going to get our masks and we're going to go donate them. And what it is we're doing a pack of masks per family, so they'll be able to take them home, not just one or two. They'll have a box, I believe it's like 50, and they'll be able to take it home. And even just that, just the gratitude of they were just extremely appreciative. And the students, they're you can see it in their heads. It's just turning as they're going and going, they have more ideas and they want to do this. And now it's how can we help here and how can we help there? And, Mohit and I are instilling in them, I think it was the beginning of our sessions, one of our students said, well, I just helped the lady to her car with her groceries. And, he's like, it didn't really mean much to me. And what Mohit and I told him was, it may not have meant much to you, but for that lady, it was, it was the light of her day. And so what we're trying to instill in them as well is don't do it for any reciprocation. Don't be kind to receive anything back. You need to be kind. You need to be kind because you want to be kind, not because you want something in return, not for good karma. You need to be kind out of your heart, and that's the only way that kindness is going to spread the correct way. Because when you do something with a motive, or you do something just because you're supposed to do it, it's not going to do anything. But when you take it out of everything you have in the depth of your heart, and you give your last dollar to somebody, that makes the biggest difference in the world, rather than doing it just because you have to. So that's what we're trying to get these kids to understand is we're trying to spread kindness the proper way, not just because we have to. So the Touch a Life Foundation, I believe it's we need to get more students involved and spread it throughout all the schools, not just in our own towns. We need to get it, all across the United States, everywhere. And by these events and being able to show everybody exactly what we do, being able to show them, hey, we have this platform that can take somebody who's in need and somebody who is able to give and put them together. And it's more personal, it's more face-to-face. It's not like a, hey, donate to this and we'll cover this. It's, hey, this student needs this help, and you knowing you're able to go directly to that and help them that way. I feel like more people need to know, and we need to spread it throughout any way we can. And by our students, we have our Dallas team, and now we have, I think, one more school we moved, or two more schools we've moved to. We have two TALScouts now that we're going to be able to expand in their schools. And then it's just by word of mouth after that. They tell their friends, and then their friends want to get into it. They want to spread it. And I feel like it's, if I had something like that when I was in high school, I mean, I couldn't imagine where it would be today. So I'm so excited to take it from what it is now. We're all planting the seeds right now. We're the ones who are planting the seeds, and the kids are watering it, and we're going to be able to watch it grow. And in 10 and 20 years, we're going to be, Touch a Life Foundation is going to be something that everybody knows. It's going to be, oh yeah, I've heard of that. And it's going to be in every school, and hopefully we can help that, and that'll be a great thing for us. So.
Great. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Mr. Reddy and Pradeep, for all your messages about this. And I want to thank you so much, and close this with the last comments made by Mr. Reddy, that let us work towards the society where we don't look for the kindness, rather you be kind and you be productive, right? And make sure, you know, you take every opportunity to see that, you know, you also try to, you know, lead, you know, yourself, right? Because, you know, taking it cannot be a practice and should not be, right? So obviously we want to make sure that everybody has, you know, their inner potential, and you know, Touch a Life Foundation will continue to see that, you know, ignite their inner strengths of every individual, right? Everybody, you know, has something to give. It doesn't have to be money, right? It doesn't have the material, but there is a knowledge, you know, that you can share, the kindness, you know, the good that, you know, you can teach. As you know, Mr. Reddy, you know, has been on this panel saying. So all of us, you know, have to be part of this, you know, being kind, you know, which will again contribute to, you know, eliminating all these, you know, issues that, you know, we see in the society. I want to thank you once again for giving me this great opportunity to talk to all these, you know, great, you know, panelists, and thank you for joining.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.